Hey everyone, it's Gabriel here, and you can tell that I have a lot more energy today because last night I had 9 hours of sleep, and that's super rare for a new father. So, and all because I was using this device that was able to help me get into sleep faster and into more deep sleep. So if you want to know more about this kind of stuff that I do on a daily basis, you can follow me on my Instagram. I'll put the link in the description below. So in this video, I want to share with you how you can become a millionaire by adopting these money habits that actually made me a millionaire in my 20s. Now, some of you will be thinking, oh, this is one of those gurus that is going to teach me how to be rich so you can sell me a course. Like, seriously, shut the f up, okay? I'm not here to sell you anything or any courses, all right? I don't sell courses anymore, and the only type of things I'm selling is coaching or consulting or agency, which is like really more on like a service, and it's not for everybody. We have a very strict selection criteria on certain type of business owners that we sell this to, right? So I'm not selling you anything. In fact, I created this channel because I want to share what I know for free. I just like to share, okay? I have a big mouth, I cannot shut up, and YouTube is the place that I can just let go. And if you're new to this channel, I appreciate the early thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this every single week. And once again, I do want to share that this is definitely not about making a lot of money, because making a lot of money and managing your money are two very different things. Now, you can make a lot of money, but if you do not know how to manage your money, you will still end up poor. This is the reason why there are a lot of celebrities who make tens of millions of dollars, but by the end of their career, they are either in debt or bankrupt. So more money does not make you rich. Stop thinking that more money, more income is going to make you rich. If your bucket is leaking, stop pouring water into the bucket. Stop being an idiot. First, fix the bucket or get a freaking new bucket. There are a lot of people who think that if they have more money now, they make more money now, they will have no more money problems. And I can tell you that is so far from the truth. I shared in one of my previous videos that in my early 20s, I rose up to be the top sales leader of a company. I have more than 2,000 people under me, and I was making baller money. When I mean baller money, I'm talking about like 6-figure per month income. But by the time I left the company, I had lost everything. I had nothing left. Because I was spending money on a ton of stuff I don't need to impress people who don't even care. I wasn't managing my money properly, and my money was actually managing me, and it was keeping me poor. I bought stuff that I wasn't proud of, and the worst thing I bought was a $1,000 umbrella that I did not even use. Yes, I am that dumb. So I realized that if I don't figure a way to manage my money, I will always stay poor, which is why I started adopting several habits from my early 20s that allow me to rebuild my wealth. Yes, I do have several businesses providing me pretty good income right now, but if I ever stop running my business, I have money saved up that could provide me a comfortable and decent lifestyle, and that was so much different from when I lost my income and I had nothing left. So let's get right into the habit. The first habit was that I started to adopt the habit of paying myself first. So what I mean by paying myself first? Someone once said to me a while back that there was a research that showed that when they study the money habits of top 10 income earner versus the rest of the 90%, what they noticed was that the top 10% would receive an income, like either a salary, a profit, or dividend, doesn't matter what is it, and it doesn't matter if they are running a business. They could be working a high-paying income executive job. That's a mouthful. They will always set aside money first before they spend on their expenses. That's the whole thing about paying yourself first. While the bottom 90% will spend their expenses, and then they will save up whatever that's left. So rich people always save and invest first before they spend. Poor people will always spend first and then they save and invest. That is a major difference, even though it doesn't look like much. Although I couldn't exactly find that exact research that this person was talking about, just like a lot of people who tell you research and it's not really true. The lesson from this story is undeniably true to a certain extent. You see, based on this law called the Parkinsons Law, nothing to do with Parkinson's disease. Parkinsons Law says that the demand upon a resource will expand to match the supply of the resource. Now, that is a more complicated way of saying whatever you have, you will spend. So when you have more money coming in, you naturally start spending it away, which is why if you spend first before you save and invest, you will always almost end up with nothing left to save, no matter how much more income you make. This is the reason why if someone with a pro mindset wins something like a lottery, they will actually lose everything and get back to where they were before they won the lottery. Here's an example. Whenever I say that, people don't believe. So here's a freaking example. This is a lady from Johor Bahru who lost his husband working in Singapore due to an accident and gotten over $1 million insurance payout and donation from the public. Now that is a lot of money if you are living in Malaysia, especially if your living expenses isn't high, and you can pretty much retire on $1 million payout, and that is about $3 million ringgit in Malaysia. You really can live a pretty good life if your expenses isn't very high. And that's kind of like winning the lottery. Okay, not really, because usually when you win the lottery, right, you don't have anyone dying. But the point is, she lost all that money in 1 year, and it was reported on Straits Times. So if you read the whole article, which I'll put in the link below, she went to spend the money in different ways that we cannot even imagine. Now those are money she wouldn't spend before she get the $1 million. And eventually she lost everything in 1 year and now have to work and support herself. I mean, people can say that she's stupid and I will never do the same thing if I were to receive $1 million. That's what you say, but the truth is that we are all the same. Think about a time where you suddenly had a bit more money, whether is it a bonus or profit or extra income from somewhere. You somehow will spend it away, right? Suddenly you feel like the need to buy a new fridge. Suddenly you feel like a need to buy a new TV or a new MacBook when your MacBook is still functioning. You make unnecessary purchases, or you make risky and stupid investment that will cause you to lose your money. I literally know people from living from paycheck to paycheck. They will get a paycheck, they'll spend everything, they're happy for 2 weeks, and then for the next 2 weeks they will suffer because they have no more money and they're just waiting for the next paycheck. And then you tell them to save first, they always say that, oh, because I need this, because I need that. And then they will justify and say, oh, because you're different, you make so much more money, obviously you can set aside money first. I don't have enough money, that's why I go paycheck to paycheck. And the truth is that while they are complaining, they are holding an iPhone. Guys, if you hold an iPhone, you have no right to complain. The point I'm trying to say here is that you need to start saving first before you spend. When any type of income comes in, you need to set aside a certain amount of money no matter what. And it doesn't matter how much money you make. Remember, I was making baller income. I was making 6-figure a month, but I still end up with nothing because I was always spending before I invest. And then when I started to make even lesser income, I have so much more money now because I always invest and save before I spend. So in short, you need to start saving first before you spend, and any type of income that comes in, you need to set aside a certain percentage no matter what. And then you spend what you have. Which leads me to my second habit. I adopted a spending by system habit. So what I mean by spending by system, I don't buy stuff because I want to. Whenever I buy something, I buy it if I've allocated money for it. This prevents any types of impulse buying or buying that makes you feel guilty. Remember those times where you bought something and then you feel so guilty because you do not know whether you have the money or not? This will get rid of everything. There's a simple rule made famous by this lady called Elizabeth Warren. The rule is 20-30-50 rule. What it means that whenever my money comes in, I will allocate them into 20% savings, 30% wants, 50% needs. That's it. So initially I would open 3 bank accounts. So whenever an income comes in, I will immediately set aside 20% to a savings account, money I only use for investment. And if you're like me who find it hard to control your spending, I will open a special bank account in the most popular bank in my country. And I request for no online banking and no ATM card. The only way I could withdraw money is to go down to the bank and stand in line for 1 freaking hour because it is a popular bank. Which means I create so much resistance for myself that if I want to take money out from this account, I will have to drive all the way down to the bank and then I have to stand in line for 1 hour. And in that 1 hour, I have time to think to myself and I have a severe conflict within myself and ask myself, do I really want to take out this money? And so I don't do it because the thought of going through all these things are just so painful. Now 20% doesn't seem like much initially because it's a habit. Eventually this money is going to grow and when the opportunity comes, you can take advantage of it. How many times have I heard people saying, Bitcoin just crashed or this stock market just crashed, but I have no money to buy anything? That's because you haven't been setting aside any. And then I'll set aside 30% to another account for all my wants. Now, wants are not your needs, right? So if you go on a night out drinking, your date night dinner at an expensive restaurant, you don't need to eat expensive restaurant every day to survive. Though if you need to eat food, those are the need and those are necessity. But if you want to eat steak every night, then that belongs to your want. Your new iPad, your new iPhone purchase, your brand new sex toy, whatever that you want to buy, this belongs to the want. And it takes away the guilt whenever you want to spend on something that you want. So I'll give you an example. Recently, I went crazy. I have a MacBook that is still functioning, but I want a new one. So I look at my want account and I ask myself, do I have money in there? And if there's money in there, I would buy it and there's no guilt. If I don't have money in there, I don't buy it. It's that simple. So that's what I mean by spending by system. And then the remaining 50% goes into my needs. Now, needs are like my bills and my rent and my daily food expenses and transport and all that kind of stuff. So start with 3 bank accounts, and once you get into the habit, you can start making changes and expand the ones into multiple bank accounts so that you allocate into different things that you want. So today my numbers are a bit different. I set aside 50% into my savings and investment account as my income grew. This way I'm not spending more money unnecessarily as my income increased and I become a baller again. So I recommend you start with 20% and then you increase the percentage as the income increases. So for my one account, it will still be 30%. I set aside 5% to my fun account. This is money I spend and I do whatever the hell I want with it. And 5% goes to my long-term ones. Now, long-term ones are different from my fun account. Fun account, I have to spend it every single month. But long-term ones are things that I can save up for, and usually it's for a big ticket item like a big ass TV or a new MacBook. 5% to my health and supplement because I'm a drug addict. 5% to blessing account. Blessing accounts are accounts that I use to bless others when I have a meal with people and I want to treat them, I just want to bless them. That goes into that. So I can be generous when I have money in my blessing account. Another 5% goes to education. When I mean education, I don't mean a freaking degree. I mean anything like books, seminars, programs that helps me to improve myself in different areas of my life. And then the rest is for my monthly expenses. If I'm setting aside 50% of my money, this also means that I'm only spending 50% of my income. Once again, if you have a system and habit in place, you can spend money without guilt. You know, some days you're out, you're just having fun, you're just worried you're gonna spend too much. I don't. If I'm gonna go out for a nice vacation with my wife, I look into my fun account and I ask myself, how much is it in there? And if there's more money, we will spend more. We'll go to Japan and we'll eat omakase and sushi. If we have no money, then we'll go to Malaysia and eat Sushi King. And then you learn to invest and compound that money that you have set aside into your savings and investment account, which lead me to my third habit. Number 3, invest in yourself. The best thing you can do is to invest in yourself and to increase your ability to make more income. You see, for me, before I started investing in the stock market or the cryptocurrency, I first invested in myself. I invested in copywriting courses, I invested in sales courses and marketing courses because that is the thing that makes me the most money. And here's the truth, I said this in my last video before, that if I only have $10,000 and in order for me to reach $1 million, I need to 100x my money. How confident are you to find something consistently to 100x your money? Which is why at the start, I didn't invest in cryptocurrency or the stock market whatsoever. I invested in myself and my skill set and the ability to make more income from my business. I think the best investment you could do is yourself. Even Warren Buffett has said that when you invest in yourself, nobody can take it away from you. And even if you want to learn how to invest your money and grow your money by 10-20% every single year, you also need to invest in yourself to learn how to do that. This is the reason why I pay nearly 6 figures a year joining masterminds, coaching, programs, mentoring on sales and marketing, because that's the skill set I pick and that's how I increase my level of income. Again, I'm not saying that because I want you to join whatever courses I'm selling. I'm not selling any courses. And with that level of skill set, I'm able to make between $500,000 to $1 million a year. And this allows me to accumulate wealth faster than any other instrument. And it will allow me to earn, let's say, $10 million faster. And then I could put that $10 million into the stock market and give me 5% a year. That will be $500,000 a year passive income, which will give me absolute financial freedom to do whatever I want to do. Now, if I want to turn that $10,000 into $10 million, it's gonna take freaking forever. And by the time I hit 65 years old using compound interest or whatever the hell you guys are talking about, the one that's really gonna enjoy the money is not me, it's my grandchildren. So if you're not making a lot of income yet, investing in yourself and the ability to make more income is the best habit you can form for yourself. So that's all I have for you guys today. 3 simple habits that made me a millionaire in my 20s. Now, I believe that if you follow these habits, you may not exactly become a millionaire in your 20s, but you certainly can become a millionaire a lot faster. So let me know in the comment section what is the biggest thing you have learned so far and what is your biggest takeaway. And remember to like this video for the YouTube algorithm. It takes a lot more effort than you think to create videos like this. And subscribe to my channel if you love this content. So to summarize the 3 simple habits, the first one is pay yourself first. Rich and successful people always invest and save before they spend. Number 2, adopt a spending by system habit. A 20-30-50 rule is a good example. And number 3, if you don't make a huge income, always invest in yourself first, in the ability to generate more income before you invest. That's all I have for you today. Bye for now.